This video is going to be a review of the Universal Studio Park in Beijing, China. I've been there about a month ago. I took some videos and now it's time, I think, to just share what I thought about it all. So this is going to be following my day in the park. I'm just going to walk you through what my day was like, what's there to see, and tell you what I thought about everything. You start by going to the Universal Studio City Walk. There are some restaurants there. I really didn't explore this too much because I wasn't hungry for anything there. What was cool though is there's a giant Universal logo there, and it's just a fun spot to take a picture or something. From there you cross a bridge and you see the entrance gate to the park. That's also part of a hotel that you could stay at. As with anywhere else in China, basically you walk up to the gate and you hand them your ID. In case if you're a Chinese citizen, you give them your actual Chinese identity card. In the case of foreigners, you go there and you hand them your passport. Your ticket is tied to your passport, so you need to bring that. And the park is structured like this. So you start in Hollywood, and then you have Minions Despicable Me land. You have the Harry Potter, or I think obviously Wizarding World of Harry Potter themed part. You have a Jurassic World part. You have a little bit of Water World. You have Transformers, and you have Kung Fu Panda. This is obviously my personal opinion, but I thought of all those franchises, only Harry Potter really had any cultural staying power, but it might be very biased because I grew up with the Harry Potter books and the Harry Potter movies, so who knows what other people think of it. So for my day visit, I immediately went to the Harry Potter world because that was the part that I was most excited for this part. Along the way, you can already tell that this park is very focused on providing details from all of the franchises. You see something around every corner basically, and the same is obviously also true for the Harry Potter world. So you go in there, you walk through Hogsmeade, and it looks like the movies. You can see the buildings, you see the Hogwarts Express, you have the different shops, and it all looks just exactly like the movies. And then once you've walked through Hogsmeade, you can see the Hogwarts Castle, and it's literally the movies. That's what you're going there for. You see the castle and you immediately think yeah, I'm a little kid about to watch the first couple Harry Potter movies, and it's really, really beautiful. In the Harry Potter world, there's two things I did apart from going to the shops, which is the roller coaster ride thingy inside of Hogwarts Castle, and I also did the one that's I think Hippogriff coaster or something, I'm not sure what it's exactly called. The ride in the castle, I think Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey or something. That one is perfect. It's so well designed. The waiting area leads you around the castle and through the castle to the actual start of the ride. And literally the interior of the castle, you feel like you're there. They have paintings, they have screens that look like paintings to simulate the moving pictures. It just looks really good. I was very lucky. I only had to wait I think 10 minutes, and most of that was just walking through the castle, so I could enjoy everything at not my own pace, because they still make you go to the line, but I could enjoy it without being super cramped in. And then the ride itself is one of those hybrid coasters. You have screen projection stuff, and you have actual movements things. It was very fun. The other one, the Hippogriff coaster, is outside. I had to wait way too long for it. I waited 30 minutes for it, and the line for it is nowhere near as immersive as the one in Hogwarts. So you see Hagrid's hut, you see his motorbike, and then that's basically it. The rest is just trees. That's not really worth it. It was also a very short ride, so I would not recommend waiting for it that long. Then there are shows in the Harry Potter world, but I did not get to watch those because I was just at a different part of the park whenever those were on, so yeah, I missed those. Speaking of shows though, there is the Waterworld stunt show. The only relevance this movie still has is the stunt show, and the stunt show is really good. Word of warning, if they tell you the first few rows will get wet, they mean you will get wet. During the warm-up for the show, they actually have people engaging, warming the audience up, and they throw buckets of water on the first couple of rows, so you will get wet. As far as I can tell, this show is exactly the same concept as in the other Universal parks. So if you've seen it there, it will probably be the same here. There's boat jumping, there's explosions, there's fire, planes, explosions. It's fun. The show will get crowded just because there's not that many show times. It's a big place, but it fills up even on like slower days. So I would get there early enough. Like you will probably still get a seat, but if you want to get a seat in like the middle to get a good view of everything, you probably have to be there earlier. Then after that, I went to the Kung Fu Panda land. The land is more aimed at a younger audience, at like more kids and parents, but it's also very cute, very nicely lit. The main attraction was like this carousel ride in the middle that takes you up in like a lantern. From there you see everything in there. It's a little bit kiddie friendly, but it's very cute. And then after that I went for the Transformers land. The Transformers world has the best or biggest roller coaster with like actual like loops and twists and everything. And the other ride in the Transformers world that I did was the Bumblebee music ride. It's like one of those spinning teacups kind of things, except there's a giant Bumblebee animatronic in the middle that's sort of the DJ for the whole thing. They play music and the animatronic dances around. It's fun. Next world I was in was Jurassic World. Jurassic World tries to like capture more of the newer Jurassic movies. So there is a ride where they actually like try to say, yeah, you're part of the Jurassic World park visitors, and they basically take you through the big fight at the end of the movie with the new dinosaur. It's another of those hybrid rides with screen projections of the movie actors and like actual animatronic dinosaurs. And then they have another more normal roller coaster where you're like in one of those hanging seats. And on that roller coaster you go around this mountain structure that's very central to the park, right next to the central lake. Again, here the ride waiting times are very well designed. You feel like you're part of like the Jurassic World. The last world I went to is the Minions land, Despicable Me land. There the main ride was a sort of like 4D motion kind of thing where the audience gets turned into minions. A bunch of stuff happens, at the end you get turned back to humans. The world itself, the Minions land itself, is more aimed towards smaller kids, towards children, so don't expect anything too dramatic there. I still went to the Lights Camera Action show. That was more of an accident. I went to the very last showing of it. It's a special effects kind of show where they take you on a soundstage and they simulate a tsunami effect, earthquake, fire, water, a bunch of that stuff. When it gets dark, they have a light show in the Harry Potter world where they illuminate Hogwarts Castle in the different house colors. Overall thoughts on this whole experience? I think I was very lucky to come on a day where there was not that many visitors, so I never had to wait that long for anything. I think the longest wait time I had was like 30 minutes. I've seen videos online that show that that's clearly not always the case, so I would suggest try going on a weekday that's less busy. I have to say the amount of details in each world are just astounding. Obviously for me the clear highlight was the Harry Potter world and the interiors of Hogwarts Castle. Every single world you really like can look almost anywhere and like something will be styled according to the movies. There will be minions in bushes outside the Minion world. There will be Jurassic Park gates that look exactly like in the movies. It's just really, really good. The guest experience itself is also very thought out. There's always at every ride that needs it, there's lockers where you can lock your like backpack, jacket, stuff you don't want to fall out of your pockets. You can just lock it in there with your face, unlock it afterwards. You can get food and drinks everywhere. I mean, it's an amusement park, of course you can, but there's also regular water refill stations throughout the park. I would definitely suggest you get the Beijing Universal app, just because that shows you the wait times for every attraction in real time. The language barrier itself is not that big of a deal. Every sign is in Chinese and English. Obviously all the shows will be in Chinese, but like you don't need to understand what they're saying for the stunt show, you just need to look at the stunts, and the same is true for everything else. Overall, I would still say the franchise selection is very interesting, because it kind of shows, at least to me, that Universal doesn't have that many cultural, like super important ones like Star Wars or Marvel. like Disney has, but I think Harry Potter is very important for a lot of people, and it was fun to see that. And the other ones are they're not bad franchises, they're just like not that nostalgic to me, but that might be different to people who grew up watching Kung Fu Panda. Overall, I definitely recommend it. It was one of the most fun days I had in Beijing, and yeah, that's it.